Hi everyone, welcome to today's little mobility flow. My name is Donna and you're watching Move with Donna here on YouTube. So we're going to go through some hip mobility, a little bit of glute work, and you may feel this slightly in your lower back as a nice release as we work through the hip space. So this is a great one to do before you exercise or after you exercise, or if you're not one who does much exercise at all, then this could be quite nice at the end of a working day or even mid-working day if you've been sat down for quite a while and you find you get stiffness in your lower back and hip space. So we're going to find a comfortable position onto the floor. Just have a few rounds of breath. So if you need to grab a cushion or a yoga block, have underneath the bum or underneath the knees, then do so. I'm going to sit with my legs out in front as we just ground in. And then just have a little wiggle side to side with hips. Taking the hands just to the thighs, so if you've got your legs crossed, just onto the knees. And have a breath in, roll shoulders up and back. And then relax those shoulders. So we're going to start moving the feet as we breathe. So your toes are going to come up and then we're going to point the toes down. So we're going to breathe in. Exhale, stretch the feet. Do that a couple of times. So we start to working a little pumping action for the lymphatic system down at the feet. And then roll the shoulders up and back. See if you can sit just a little bit taller. Have a little tuck under through tailbone and relax the feet. Have a deep breath in. Exhale. Okay, just bring the hands either side. We're going to draw one leg in. We're going to take the foot just to the inside of the calf muscle of the extended leg. Take your hand onto the knee and we're just slowly just going to open up through the hip and come back in. And we'll do this a few times. We're not going to do too much of a static hold today in this mobility stretch. We're just going to keep everything quite fluid, quite flowy, and everything moving. So we're just going to let the leg now come out. Have deep breath in. Roll the shoulders back as you exhale. And then slowly hinge forward, bring hands just onto the mat, and then just see how this leg feels in its open hip position. If you need support, you can just hold gently. Sit tall as you inhale, exhale, come forward. Just have the awareness of your lower back. Sit tall, hinge forwards. Really relaxed. And then the next time you inhale, come all the way up. Just close off this hip and we're going to hook round. So grab hold of the leg with around the forearm or just under the hand. We're just going to have a little slight twist round. Extend the spine tall as you sit tall in your rotation. And then slowly come round. And then just lifting up this leg, take it onto a half straddle position. And then just point the toes up slightly. Have a little rotation out of the hip space here. So if the knees collapsing in, just to open up. Hands just on the line of this front leg and we're just going to hinge down. Just a few inches. And breathe as you sit tall. Exhale, release and stretch. Just moving at your own pace. If you need to hold, then do so. Last one, we're going to lean into it. And again, just have the awareness of that leg if it's open. Sit nice and tall as we walk the hands back, lifting this leg, take it across that straight leg, and we go for a little more of a spinal twist here with a closed off position. So we're just going to hook the knee in towards the chest, sit tall and twist, look behind. Inhale, nice and tall. Exhale, just really feel that lovely stretch and open. And then unravel, come all the way in. So this leg's now going to extend straight. We're going to bring the other foot just in line with the mid-calf muscle. And then again, we're just going to open up this knee and then bring it back in. Just do that a few times. about 3 times, and then we're just going to let the leg just hover. If you need that support, keep the hand there. If not, just let the hip open and then just lean in. So you may feel some tightness is different from side to side, to left to right. Just key into where you're feeling it in your body and just do what feels good. I'm just rocking side to side. I feel a bit more tightness in this side compared to my other side. And then we're going to start our little inhale as we sit tall, exhale, relax into the stretch. And again, we do about 3 or 4 of these slow, long breaths. And then we're just going to sit up with the torso, draw this leg in, and then grip hold for the rotation, keeping the foot where it is. Sit tall and just twist. Elongating that spine. On your exhale, come all the way forward. Now this leg, we're just going to take it out on that diagonal. So again, if the foot's coming in, knees coming in, just externally rotate out from the inner thigh. Taking hands over this front leg, and we're just going to lean into it. Think about scooping the tailbone back and then come up again. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears as we move. You may want to see how this feels if you bring the toes, create some flexion. You might feel that a bit deeper into the inner thigh. And on our last little one, we're just going to hold down if it feels good. Breathe and relax. And then slowly coming up. So we're going to bring this extended leg that's on the diagonal over the top of the straight leg in front of you. Just hook the knee in closely to the chest. Sit tall and just look behind for your twist. And then when you're ready, unravel. So now we're just going to bring both feet down to the ground, take the hands behind you, and then just let the knees sway side to side. Just roll in from glute to glute. Have a little stretch out through the front of the leg. Okay, so we're coming to our little glute stretch. I'm going to do this seated and then go all the way back onto my back, so you're welcome and free to do this with me. Sometimes when I coach this, if the hips are quite tight, it can be painful. So if you try it and it's more painful than it is relieving of the glute and the hip, then just go straight onto your back and hold the stretch. So I'm going to lift up my right leg. I'm going to take just above the ankle onto the left thigh and have a seated glute stretch here. So I'm going to draw my chest into my mid-shin. And then just feel that stretch out on the glute into the hip. And then, now this has been a few seconds, I'm going to walk my left foot in towards me to close off the gap. And I've got a slight gap just between the legs here. And hold. So if that's too intense or you're feeling it, the other option now is to come all the way onto your back, readjust your spine, so take the shoulders away from the ears, and then we just go for our glute stretch here. So the right hip is around 90 degrees. I'm just going to take my right hand onto the inner thigh, just push away gently, and then the left leg, again around 90 degrees. I'm going to bring that leg towards me, so it's almost this push-pull action. So we will do a bit of PNF stretching here. So I'm going to take my left hand round, hook the back of my left thigh. I'm going to bring the leg in but push the right knee away. I'm going to hold. And then I'm going to release. I'm going to take the foot all the way down to the ground and then just move this hip a little. And and then go again. So I'm going to come back up into the glute stretch, push, pull action, hold, breathe into it, and then slowly come out. Take the foot down, wiggle through the knee, the hip, and we go one more time. Come all the way up and in. Draw the left leg in, push the right leg open, hold here. And then slowly release, take the left foot down to the ground. Just take the hands onto the waist. Make sure the lower back feels even here, so if you just need to manoeuvre slightly, then do so. Open up the right leg. And now I'm going to bring the leg back into the glute stretch without using the hands. And I'm just going to hold here. Go all the way in as much as your body will allow. And then release and relax. Take both legs up straight for me whilst we're on the back. Circle the feet. And then go round the other way. And then have a little shake out of the calf muscles. We're going to bend both knees to around about tabletop. Take each hand onto one knee, so left hand left, right hand right, and we're going to draw the legs in. We're going to roll the hips open, so big hip circles. Imagine that hip joint just getting a nice little massage through each side. And then we're going to go the other way, so push the legs away, open the hips, and then come back in 3 times. Okay, take the hands behind the thighs and just have a gentle roll. We'll come all the way back up to seated, and then we'll do the same on the other leg. So right foot stays onto the floor. We're going to lift up the left leg, bring it over, and then just see how that feels for the hip, the glute, lower back. Sit nice and tall. And then whenever you're ready, just close off the gap between the chest to that shin, or bring heel toe this foot, right foot closer. So again, if this is not accessible for you today, then go straight onto your back now and hold this stretch on your back. Couple more seconds. And then we're going to roll all the way down. Readjust the spine, draw the shoulders away from ears. And just have a nice comfortable lower back into your mat. Slight little pelvic tilt here, so the lower back's in there, into the mat. And then we're going to lift the right leg. Right hand's going to go onto the back of the right thigh. Left hand just by the knee, and we're just gently going to have that push-pull position. Just see how that feels. And there's a nice little triangle gap between the legs here. Just breathe into your stretch. Now we're going to pull the leg and push. We're going to hold. And then take the right foot down. Have a wiggle through left hip. Come straight back up. Hold here. Push and pull. So we're pushing with the left hand, pulling with the right. And then ease off. Take the right foot down. Move the left side, move the left leg slightly. And we'll do one more time. We're just going to come all the way up and in. Push and pull. And then take that right foot down. And again, just do whatever feels good for this left leg. And then we're going to bring the legs all the way back up without using the hands. Come up to our glute stretch, and then just kind of imagine you're doing that push-pull. And just hold your stretch here. And then release. Unravel the legs. Have both feet onto the mat, around about same width as your hips, and then let the knees just drop down to one side, so the left hip flex is going to guide up on a diagonal to the ceiling, and then we just go round to the other side. So a little kind of like sway just from side to side for the hip space. Get that lovely stretch through the top part of the hip here. And again, you can just hold if that feels good, or just keep moving. And then bring the legs up. Circle again with the feet. Round and round. Have a little wiggle with the calf muscles. Nice soft knees. And then take each hand onto each knee. And big hip circles again. Roll around for 3. And let's go the other way. Let the knees go out, round and back. Let's do one bridge. If you're familiar with a bridge, you can get yourself set up. If not, I'll guide you through. So we're going to take the feet down directly onto the mat. I want you just to lift the shoulders down away from the ears here, and then the chin up slightly so the head's in a nice alignment. And then just take the hands to the hips. We lift the bum slightly, elongate your spine. So now your lower back's pressed into the mat. We're going to have a little tailbone tuck up, and then each vertebrae is just going to peel off the floor as we push into your feet. Imagine the toes are stretching away from you. Come up to your bridge. If the hips are feeling quite tight, push up through the heels. Take the hands just to the ground. Elongate the spine. If your ribs are flaring higher, then just tuck the ribs under and then lift the hip up. But we're going to hold here just for 5, 4, 3, 2. Super slow from the upper back. Nice and slowly with control. Take it down. Keep the tailbone up and tucked up. And then we just loosen off and relax when the tailbone hits. Let's do one more. I know I said we're only going to do one, but that was a little trial one. So let's go again. So tuck under, each vertebrae comes up, push up, up, up. Shoulders away from ears. Look down the center line of your body. If your ribs are flaring, push up with the heels. Feel the stretch at the front of the hips. Now we're activating the glutes. I will do another video for glute activation, but today it's mainly stretch. And then in your own time, come all the way down to the ground. Let's just go for a nice little spinal twist here. So bring the knees up, hug the knees into the chest, lift the head, neck and shoulders, and then take the head down, arms out into a cactus shape. And we're going to let the legs go all the way down to the right side and just have a little twist here and hold. So you should feel that just into the lower back on the left. Open up the left arm, relax here. 3 inhales and exhales. Just relax the lower back. Feel the rib cage expand and open through side body as you breathe in. Soften as you exhale. Release any tension into your lower back. One more in breath in. And totally relax that body. Let's bring the legs up. I'm going to take it all the way over to the other side. Catch open the arms, let the legs go over to the left. And then we just have that little twist here. And hold. Relax the shoulders. Feel that rib cage open on this 3rd inhale. And relax. Come all the way back. And now we're just going to roll onto the side. Last little stretch. It's just going to be a standard little quad and hip stretch. Here, support the head with a cushion if you need to. And if anyone has got a strap or needs to use a strap or a belt from a dressing gown, this is always a good little tip. You can just wrap it around the top of the foot if it's a bit of a struggle to grab hold. So pause the video if you need that. If not, we're just going to hold our little quad stretch here. So I've just got hold of the back of my foot. Some people, depending on leg length, can get the shin. I've got very short legs, so I grab my foot. So again, make sure there's no pain from the knee joint. We're just going to push the hip forward and just get that lovely little stretch through the thigh. Just a few seconds as we hold here. So some of these little exercises, you can just pick one that feels good and feels like, you know, that you would need to incorporate into your day or into your week, just to ease off any tightness. Okay, ease off and relax. And then let's go round to the other side. But it's always good to, if you need to do this routine whole, if you've got the time in your week, just have a little complete reset. So nice long aligned body, and then just change with the leg as we hold that stretch. Pushing the hip forward, just get that stretch in the thigh. Long, slow breathing now, hopefully. As the body relaxes with the breath, it responds better with some of these all of the stretches really. Really get into the fascia, work through the connective tissue as we breathe and stretch and feel relaxed. Few more seconds in this quad hold. Relax the shoulder. Relax that top knee. Start to ease off slightly with your stretch. And then just loosen off your grip. And then make your way back up to your seated position that you started in. So legs out in front, and then we just have hands either side, just have a little lean into this. Have a nice little stretch forward. And then slowly come all the way up. As you sit tall, just bring the feet close. Hands either side, sway through the hips here. Just lift the glutes side to side. Extending one leg straight. Let's lift up the other foot. Take it across for a little spinal twist as we finish today's stretch and flow. Once you've done your rotation, we're going to lift the leg and let the hip open here. And just see how that feels compared to when we first started. And then do exactly the same the other side. So we're just going to lift the leg up, go for that twist round. Just a nice little comparison. Hopefully you've got a little bit more mobility through the lower body now. And then come forwards, release that little hook, take the hip out to side, get this little free movement here. Might be some clunks and clicks as we finish with those twists. Well done everyone. Just sit with the legs crossed. Thank you for joining me for today's little flow. I'm going to take the hands to the shins, chin to chest, round the back. Breathe as we sit tall, open up the chest, drop the shoulders. Have a deep breath in as we raise the arms above the head. Exhale down. Thank you very much for joining me. Any requests for a particular body part you would like me to help you with, feel a bit looser, to help with mobility, let me know. And like I said, mid little flow on this, I will be doing some glute strengthening moves that may help alongside with any injuries or rehab as well. So keep an eye out for that. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you again soon. Bye.